Hello, welcome to the treehouse. Tree Adams here. Right this way. This is the vestibule where we will have lunch and hang around. This is the golden Rhino, which is essential to the full functioning of the studio, to any studio for that matter. And then here we have our kind of the main room where I will do a lot of the writing and where we mix. And I'll have meetings with for playback and stuff with producers, directors. You know, we can do like maybe 10 or 12 strings or, you know, a band ensemble with drums, guitar, bass, keys, that kind of thing. Well, over here, this is kind of where I've got a lot of the compression stuff. There's a company called Overstayer. I'm a big fan of their work. This is the Saturator, which is basically like a harmonic distortion piece of gear, and you can really do a lot to give stuff muscle with that thing. And we'll patch it in over there through the patch bay. And then this is their stereo compressor. This little box is incredible. It's got a blend knob that allows you. Where's the blend knob? Right here. The blend knob allows you to basically, you know, get like the sickest sounding compression you want, and then kind of dial in, you know, how much of that in the regular signal you want. Which is it's a great kind of mix. It's very flexible. And then of course an 1176, which I think is somewhat ubiquitous but essential. This Avalon is sort of good for certain applications. And then, you know, a couple of other mic pre's here. This Vintech audio is cool. It's got some Neve 1272s in it. That's a custom job made here in Southern California. And this TLA2. It's been a good workhorse. I guess typically I've got a template going with VE Pro, where I've got a lot of my samples set up, use a lot of Spitfire audio in there, and that's just kind of in every session so that the main rig is connected to it and triggering all the sample libraries. I do really love, even when using an electronic score or any kind of samples, to combine it with as much live recording as possible. So I'm a big fan of just putting a mic up and hitting stuff. So come with me over to the drum room where silly things occur. So sometimes I do a lot of music that requires like propulsive elements, tension or energy. And so, you know, sometimes obviously we'll have a drummer come in. Sometimes I've got a few guys on my team helping me. We'll all just come in here, take turns, you know, beating on water jugs. I've got a chroma harp that I keep out of tune for anything sort of horror oriented. You can get a lot of mileage out of that. And I think generally, just the more air we can put on things, the better. So this is kind of one of my airing it out rooms. And I like, you know, we've got a collection of microphones over here. You know, I'll throw up a Neumann and just put, you know, hitting something in time to whatever we're doing. And I feel like it helps imbue, it helps imbue the track with a little bit of sonic depth, so that we get a little bit of clarity between whatever MIDI elements we may be doing and some analog. Then obviously we got another room where I'll record, you know, guitars, or one of my favorites is right here. Actually, I keep this in here with me because I love it. It's a 65 amps. This thing here, the Tupelo model, is one of my favorites. It's just got a great tone. I'm secretly a blues guy, and that really helps. And then in here, you know, I got some more amps lying around. This is an old Fender Bassman, a Supro from 1960. The Tiny Terror, little orange amp. That's always fun. And this is a great room for sort of putting in, you know, a handful of musicians if we need. You know, we've got the hear systems all set up so everybody can have their own mix, and you know, it's a good little creative space. Then going next door, we've got another workstation. This is Alex and Joey. Say hello to the people.
Hello, I'm Joey.
So there we go. We got a little another workstation here, so it's all a mirror setup with what's on the main rig over there, and then I got a rig at home that I'll write with, and so sometimes the 3 rigs will kind of incorporate all of the same elements or template. You know, we can be bouncing a file around and a session around and be adding different elements, you know, at the same time, and then ultimately it comes back here where we mix. And yeah, and then we're back in the box. So that's kind of that's the long and short of it.
Well, thank you very much.
Thanks for having me.